Hey y'all, it's Disc Golf Wasim. Disc Golf Riley did his in the bag video, so I figured I'd do mine. My bag's in a state of flux, so some of this is going to change, but I just kind of wanted to go through with you guys real quick anyway. I have the Squatch Legend 3.0, I think it is. My favorite thing about this bag is that it holds a 2-liter water bladder, so it makes drinking water a lot more convenient than pulling out a bottle and trying to hold it and push your cart and whatever else you're doing all at the same time, right? And yes, I said cart because I actually put the bag on the Bad Boy XL quad cart. That's a long name, but it's a pretty cool cart. Check it out. It's great for us older guys, saves our back and all that stuff. Let's go ahead. What's in the bag? Let's start on top here. I've got my two putters. Um, Electron Firm Envies. I love these things. I tried the Electron Soft, did not like it, so Electron Firm all year long. It's gonna stay that way. For my throwing putter, I have a Golf Disco Original Viva La Fiesta stamp Neutron Watt. This thing is amazing. I think I pulled this thing out on like every hole on every course. Like this thing sees more action than anything else. Um, I know Disc Golf Riley's kind of jealous of it. I think he thinks I love it more than I love my wife. I think I love it more than I love him, but don't tell him that. He's not gonna see this. But anyway, this thing though, it's amazing. It's just point and shoot. Like I've had so many throw-ins with this thing and so many near throw-ins with this thing. I can throw it in headwind, just give it a slight bit of hyzer, it'll flip up and go, and it won't turn over on me or anything like that. And it's just point and shoot. Like wherever you point this thing, that's where it's going.
Dude, get a room.
Jealous. If you have never tried a watt, definitely try one. Go to golfdisco.com, use our discount code, save yourself some money. On this end here, on these side pockets, I have my uplink, which I'm slowly working into the bag. It'll turn. You throw it, it'll turn right, and it'll hold it and not come back and just finish right. So great when you need to go around a turn or something like that. The detour pretty much does the same thing, just less of a turn. So if I need to hit a lower ceiling, this is where I can use this because it won't turn and burn on me. I can use it on a lower ceiling, so I like that about the detour. And then my favorite, I guess utility. I don't know if I would consider it a utility because I use it quite a bit. I'm not a flicker, but this, what is it, 2023 Circuit Challenge Tempo? This thing's amazing. I can actually flick this. Um, and it just goes where I want it to go. It's used to be a little bit more stable when it was new, and I would always say this is like what a zone should be like. Now that it's beaten in a little bit, it flies like what actual zones fly like, which they're more straight. Like everybody says zones are overstable. I don't think so. They're just more straight. So this one just goes straight for me. I can actually get it to turn a little bit, and it's good. I like it. And then we move on to my mids. Here's the hex that will forever and always stay in the bag and never come out. If you know, you know, right? Throw a hex. That's all I gotta say about that. Throw a hex. When in doubt, throw a hex. So I always tell Riley. When in doubt, if you don't know what to throw, it's a hex. If it's too far for a hex, throw a crave. This is the reactor. This is my other mid that I'm probably gonna put a fresh one in the bag. This one's been through quite a bit, and it's not as stable as it used to be. So it's basically, a nice long mid with some good finish at the end, and it's stable, so it'll, hold up a little to a little wind. But this one's seen quite a bit of use, so it's not holding up the wind like it used to. Now, Disc Golf Riley likes to talk about his pyro being a beefcake. The deflector. Now that's a real beefcake. My wife actually gave this to me as a present a long time ago. And I kind of never threw it because it was so beefy. And now that I've gotten better and I've learned to throw better and stuff like that, I pull this thing out quite a bit. I love this thing. I can actually throw it pretty far too, which I couldn't do that before. So, deflector's great. If you've got a shot and you need a mid range and it's windy, throw the deflector. It is not gonna turn over on you. You can roll your wrist and it'll still fight right out of it in a headwind. It's crazy like that. One of my favorite fairways is my Fission Rhythm. Two reasons why it's my favorite is because of the dye job by Daddy Mac Dyes. I love this dye job. It is the logo for the Guyana Amazon Warriors. They're a cricket team. And if you don't know what cricket is, look it up. Really cool disc. It just goes straight, drift a little bit right, come back in the end. Love it. If I don't want a little bit of drift, then I have my two Craves. These will just go 320. Maybe I can push 350 out of these. Dead straight. Nice fade at the end. Go around a turn or a tree at the end or something like that. If I need something more stable, then this comes out. This is a DFX limited membership thingy. You get a disc once a month. This is called the Dead Man's Hand stamp. It's so cool. This is a glow resistor. It's basically an overstable crave. I mean, it's the only way I can really explain it. I don't know. I'm sure there are people who will yell at me and say it's not, but it's an overstable crave. I don't care what anybody says. So if you want a crave that's gonna be overstable or fight the headwind, throw that bad boy. My last, I got two. Well, let's see. I got two insanities in here. One's a fission, and this guy's seen some use. He's kind of flippy. He actually can be used as a turn or a roller now. This thing is just so flippy now, but it's great because in the woods, you throw this on some hyzer, it flips up, and it'll just go straight. So great for the woods. This is the insanity I got for renewing my PDGA membership last year or something like that. I hate black discs because they're so easy to lose. But man, this thing just flies perfect. It's like the perfect insanity. And if it never beats in and stays the way it is right now, it'll be perfect forever. So it just stays on the fairway and I don't lose it because it just goes dead straight and finishes dead straight. I love it. And my last fairway is my Wrath. Some weirdos say they like Teslas. I don't know, crazy people. If you want a real fairway, throw a Wrath. He's giving me dirty looks behind the camera, y'all. If something happens to me tonight, he did it.
I'll admit to it. I did
it. And then, okay, so now we get to the drivers. So for my, I guess, understable drivers, I have my Fission Wave. This is also, I think it's a DFX stamp. I think, I don't know, whatever. This thing is great, though. It'll turn right for me, and if it has enough room and time, it'll come back. I can make it hold that turn, though, and not come back just with a little bit of Andy, so it's really, really good. This here is a glow wave, and it doesn't fly like a wave. It's like dead straight, like on a rope straight. Like it'll just go straight and finish straight. Sometimes if I put a little hyzer, it'll get a little bit of finish at the end. But if I just throw this thing flat, it's gonna finish straight. I love this thing. If I got to go down a long tunnel or something like that. This here is a Zenith. It's in the bag because I'm still trying to figure it out. I don't think it's gonna stay in the bag. I think it's a little bit of overlap with some of the other discs, and I really don't see a need for it. So this might go. I don't know yet. More likely it will go. The next three are my time lapses. So here's the People's time lapse. This is a Fission time lapse. It's not the People's time lapse. This thing is understable. Like you would never think you'd use the word understable and time lapse in the same sentence. This thing is understable. If I throw this into just the slightest bit of wind, it's going to turn and hold it. It's ridiculous. But it's still fun to throw. I can still get some good distance on it. And as long as you don't roll your wrist and you've got the room to work with, it's a great disc. It'll go far, a little bit of right drift, and then come back. Then I have a Neutron time lapse, one of the first ones when they first came out. It was a lap second. I had it dyed with the Thundercats logo here. Daddy Mac Dies, thank you. And he does great work if you want to get a dye job. Look him up. Daddy Mac Dies. This thing is... Simon had made a video about time lapses having different stabilities based on their color. And, it's actually true. Whatever he said was all true in that video. I don't remember what color this was originally. It's like white or gray or something like that. And it'll go and it'll turn. It'll come back, though. It'll definitely come back. It won't turn and hold it like the Fission one will. So it's pretty cool. I love it. I don't throw it as much as I should, but it's because I don't want to lose it because of the stem or the die. And now the last time lapse is this purple one, which, like he said in his video, they're probably the most overstable, and they sure are. This thing doesn't ever come out of the bag unless it's like 15 mile per hour wind, and this will fight that wind. And I can put it on Anheuser and it'll come back and fade right away. Like it won't hold the anhyzer line at all. My normal go-to drivers are my two Defies. They're both the same. I just have two of them because I want to back up. If I'm in there ever playing a tournament and I lose one, I wouldn't know what to do. So I keep two of them for that reason. And I alternate throwing them so they're at the same stage of wear at all times. So I can pull either one out and know it's going to do exactly the same thing as the other one. I don't have to worry about that. I know some people like to keep multiple of the same mold in different stages of wear. And I like that too. I don't do that with this one. And then I have two octanes in here, 165 and 167. They're both fission octanes. Might be upside down, whatever, it doesn't matter. These things are bombers. But something might change these soon, and y'all see that in a minute. But they're bombers. These were what I was getting my max distance with. I had a 158 like Disc Golf Riley talked about in his last video, and I lost it. But gosh, I could throw that thing for days. And on the end here, I have the Fireball. This thing is great. It's a utility disc mostly. Hyzer skip around the corner, flex flick, something like that. And when I say flex flick, I don't flick for distance because I'm not good at it. So it's a great utility disc, great overstable disc when you really need to just get out of some trouble and stuff like that. And then this final pocket on the end, you can't see it from this angle, but I'll pull out the discs that are in there. This pocket I keep for things that I'm kind of like testing out, maybe doing reviews on, or trying to figure out if they're going to stay in the bag. So what I have in here are, number one is a Scorch. Um, Bought this when we were at Ledgestone, and I threw it the first time there, and it was great. I loved it. Flies just like a wave. Um, but that six glide really is a six glide. I mean, this thing goes for days. So this Scorch might actually stay in the bag. I haven't quite decided yet. Right now, we're actually testing out the. We're not twerking in the video, but this is the Wind Dragon. Uh, this is the Wind Dragon dimension. And sorry, Eagle, but we're not twerking in the video. But actually, these things might kick my octanes out of my bag. They are ridiculous. I think it was at 405 feet that I threw this thing. So it may stay, but they're really flippy for dimensions. You would think they'd be more stable based on the flight number, but they're actually really flippy. So not quite sure yet, but at least one of them might make it in the bag and might have one octane, one dimension. I don't know yet. And then we're testing out the new Fission Defies. Again, these things are great distance bombers too. These Fission Defies, they fly for days. These are the same weight as my Neutron Defies that we talked about earlier, but they have a little bit of right drift to them, and they come back with that Defy fade. That three fade at the end, it's there. So these Defies are awesome. I'm playing with these, and they're probably going to go in the bag, and some of these things are going to stay, and some of these things are going to come out. So these Defies, definitely two of them are going to stay. I don't know which two yet because I'm also playing around with I guess an X out or quadruple stamp, whatever you want to call it. Right? They messed up the stamp, and I kind of like the way these mess up stamps look. And this is a Golf Disco Hewlett stamp, I believe that they, whoever does the stamping messed it up. So I kind of really like this. So I've been playing with this one the last two rounds, I think, and it flies great. So this one's probably going to stay in the bag along with one of these other Defies. And then I'll probably, kick a few of the other things out. Lastly, obviously you got your mini. I have the 20-foot max distance retriever. Apparently I have a tripod in here. When we go film videos, I didn't even realize it was in here. I've actually been looking for that tripod for a few weeks now, and I found it. And then the other side here, typically I'll keep like hand warmers in the winter, maybe some snacks, beef turkey, whatever. And obviously, towels, if you just get wet and stuff like that. One of the most important accessories we keep is our Manny's Grip chalk bag. Love this thing. And even with all the use that it's seen, it's almost empty. With all the use that this thing has seen, it still smells good. If you've seen the review video we did on this, you know what I'm talking about. They put some sort of essential oil in here, so it actually has a really nice smell to it. So we've used other chalk bags too. I don't remember the name of some of them we've used. But we've used other ones and we've liked some of them and stuff like that. But Maddie's is our favorite so far. If there's anything you want us to review, whether it be a disc, a retriever, a chalk bag, not bags. We don't have that kind of money. Um, but anything you want us to review, let us know, and we'll try to get it and do a review for you. Or we'll reach out to the manufacturer, see if they'll send us one to review, right? So let us know what you guys think, if anything you want to see and stuff like that. All right, so stay tuned for, like I said, the Dimension video and a few other videos coming out. And if you are in the area, stop by and come to our MVP Circuit Challenge on September 7th at Buffalo Disc Golf Course in Cleburne, Texas. You can find it on discgolfscene.com, and we'll probably put a link to it in our In the Bag videos and every other video we put up for the next couple of days, I guess, right? Because that's coming up. So we'll see y'all then, hopefully.